jazba bahut hai with the younger generation to do things in life, to accomplish in life. Somehow this generation is becoming independent. Tier 1 cities, especially in India, the population is very scrappy. Tier 2 is very practical.
Do you still feel India as a market has so much potential again?
It's huge. We still haven't even touched 10% of it. There are a lot of companies in India which are not even known to people, which are making crores worth business every month. Indian the consumer, they take emotional decisions with spiritual logic. Our logic is the Asian wisdom with the modern algorithm.
What do you think spirituality actually is?
Do you actually feel that corporates or CEOs have the time to go to temple every day? There are a lot of stories whereby corporates have had severe health disorders because of excessive working or exhaustion or fatigue. When you're positive in life, everything compounds.
Do you think astrology works?
If you believe in anything, then anything works.
When you say that money lies in B2B, then why do you think people are running towards B2C? We talked about hype and we talked about social media. But do you think boring businesses push people away and these B2C brands just keep them off edge?
No, it's just that, people want to be in the limelight. I think everybody, I think it massages that factor of them where they want to be in the limelight. And that's why I think B2C, and then they want to be in direct touch with the consumer. They don't want to go in the back end what is happening.
So you've invested in 40 plus startups now, and that is a big portfolio to have. Give me, let's say, 3 learnings from that portfolio that you have had, that, okay, this is something that I would, carry forward when next time I'm looking for an investment or I'm looking to invest in something.
3 learnings from my past experience?
Yeah, from my past experience.
Not to have FOMO.
Okay.
That I have invested in a lot of startups out of FOMO.
Okay.
That, if this startup, if I don't invest, I feel the world will crash.
Okay.
And the ability to scale. And also the people who are actually looking at real profits.
Okay.
And not just valuations.
Okay. And that is the game that is happening right now, right?
Yes.
That people are chasing valuation instead of making profits.
Yes.
Okay.
And very, very few survive, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is a consistent trait that you have seen among winners in these companies that you have invested? So people who have actually made you profit, what is maybe a trait that you can point out that, okay, this is consistent across all these people?
I think humility.
Yeah.
And ruthless execution.
Okay.
I think that is one thing which is there in all the people who have survived the funding winter and who are still going strong.
Okay. So Yash, welcome to Not Knowing Podcast. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to have a conversation around business because I feel there's a lot of, in my friend group also, people are starting new businesses and, looking for investments, or some people have already gotten investments. I feel that this generation that is coming up right now have given more weightage to businesses rather than jobs. Do you think that is right?
Firstly, thank you, Siddhant, for having me over here. And thank you to your entire team for setting up the podcast. I think they've got it all wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I think, when you're under 25, you can take more risks. And by doing that, I think the failures are limited, but the positives are always compounding.
Okay.
So I feel that is the age when you said, your friends are starting. Yeah. I don't know the age bracket. I'm just putting a rough example.
It's 25 to 30.
Yeah. So I think, you can take a lot of risks. Yeah. And that is the time when you learn a lot and, you can apply again in your future life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like opening a business according to you in an early age is okay. So that you fail fast, maybe learn.
Fail faster, learn faster.
Okay. And what are a few red flags that you see in founders that you realize ki yaar, jaise if someone is pitching to you and you see that trait and you're like, yeah, this is something that I don't want to be a part of?
I think what's a dead giveaway is completely, that they're saying that ki, the market was very complex, or they blame competition, or they give some excuse. I think, that's the biggest, I think that's a complete, what do you call, dead outlay. Okay. And the game ends over there.
Okay. And let's say, so how does it happen? Like, tell me about a pitch. Let's say you were meeting someone or someone's coming to meet you. How does that whole situation happen? How did it get arranged? How does someone reach out to you, or maybe you're looking for an investment? How does that happen?
See, I have invested previously directly also through, and I've invested through angel platforms as well. And some direct, in fact, Trello was my first investment.
Okay.
And I had a...
Trello?
Trell, only Trell.
Trell,
Yeah,
okay.
TRELL.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was way back in 2017.
Okay.
So I got to know Trell through Let's Venture.
Okay.
So that time they were didn't have a fund as such. So they were investing directly only. They were just a median whereby you can invest in startups.
Okay.
So, and one of the founders then pitched in IIT Hyderabad. So I attended that event, and that founder is now having his own startup by the name of Apps for Bharat. You might have heard of it, Prashant. So I really liked it, his hustle and the way he was speaking. He was very confident. So that was back then. I've invested a lot of startups through other angel platforms as well. And but now I keep getting decks on LinkedIn,
Okay.
and some unfortunately pitch on other social platforms as well,
Yeah.
which I don't respond to because I feel then that's invading a little personal space.
Okay.
So, but then they pitch and they send their decks on LinkedIn or through emails, which is mentioned in my social media handles. So, and then after that, my team evaluates it, and then we sit on it. And if something nice comes up, then we talk to the founder, and then some founders have an NDA, and then they share their details, and then we get on board if we like the startup.
Okay, so this is how the whole journey happens.
Yes.
Okay. And what is one deal that you have missed and you're like, yaar, ye thoda kuch galat ho gaya?
I think that's Agnikul Cosmos.
Okay.
It was in the news 3-4 days back as well. They've raised at a valuation of $500 million. I think 2019 November December this deal came through me, and it's not that I missed the deal. I would say lackadaisical approach.
Okay.
That kar lenge, evaluate kar rahe hai,
Okay.
XYZ and all that. And by the time I committed, I think their bowl of fundraising was full completely.
Okay.
I spoke to the founder as well, Srinath. He's an IITian from Madras. I'm still in touch with him. I'm very happy to see his accolades and how far he is going, and he's, I think, completely revolutionized and made a different path for himself in the space tech field. Yeah, you have stellar investors like Anand Mahindra over there, and I really feel bad about it every day. And whenever a fund, I would not name the fund, recently, who's an investor in that, sent me about their deals as well, which they have invested in. So it was like rubbing salt on the wound. So whenever I come across that startup, it pinches me.
Okay.
I think it has grown 100x in 6 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you talked about him being an IITian. I just wanted to ask in general, have you seen that people who are from better colleges or maybe top tier A colleges, let's say IIT, IIMs, do you think their startups are very well made, and people who are, do you think the college matters? Just
Absolutely. See, because I feel every such college, IIT or IIM or an ISB, if I may take the liberty and say, has an incubation center, or they have a center whereby they promote startups, or they help raise funds in the startup, or they whereby they have an investors meet or something like that. I feel that initial push matters a lot, and with that initial push, I think startup goes to a different level. So definitely, and the kind of exposure they have, the kind of companies which are coming there for placements and all that, I feel the entire diaspora completely is helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me a difference between Indian founders and people who are building business in the West. What is something that is different in between them, and who do you think is doing better? If we just name it.
I will not name that, but I will definitely say that Indian founders basically are struggling to survive, and Western founders don't start with their feet on fire.
Okay.
So I think that is the basic difference. But if you see, raising internationally is much more easier than raising in India. Due to their compliances. No doubt India is catching up, but there's still a long way to go. But I still feel raising internationally is much more, I'm sure you are aware that a lot of companies have become Delaware companies and they've shifted ways to the US or other countries. That's only because of the ease of raising money. And compliances, which is much more. And a lot of Indian companies have also moved to the gift city over here in India, because Indians also, the Indian government also realized, the benefits of, that. And they were losing out on the the GDP or whatever earning they were making out of it. I think, and it was a, sad part from India that, companies are moving base out of India.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I think the invention of gift city has started. And and it will follow. I feel there'll be multi-clusters whereby you can register companies. I think then gift cities will become like SEZs. You will have all over the country, and whereby registering over there, you will have certain benefits which vis-a-vis you were not having before this, and it will be similar to the one there in US or other countries.
Okay. And when you say Indian founders are struggling, in which domain or area are they struggling? Like, what is something that is making them struggle as a founder? Like, their business is something that obviously they're firefighting there. What are the other things? Is it the compliance from the government? Is it the getting an investment in India is difficult? What is something that
I would say everything.
Okay.
I would say getting an investment also has become difficult in India now.
Yeah.
And if you see a lot of good startups which are there, they are during the funding winter, all the investments came in from international investors, and I feel it's difficult to get that trust internationally. But once you get that trust, they always back you till the end.
Okay.
And government compliance is also a little difficult, and the I would say the IP Act also is a little cheesy in India. Okay. I would say that, but it's still getting better. I will not complain and be sarky about it, but it's definitely getting for the better.
Okay. What is the funding winter, if you can explain?
Funding winter is the stage where no funding happens.
Okay.
And you just have to survive. Nobody wants to fund. Everybody is maxed out with their funds.
Okay.
There are different understandings to it.
Okay.
This is what I understand from it. That and you have to survive this place, and it's a difficult place to be in, and you just have to cross that phase overall.
Okay.
Yeah, which is over now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And people are ready to put in the money now.
Yes. And the best part I would say was in 2021, where a lot of exits happened in India.
Yeah.
And it was stellar exits, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think about, I'm sure you know about this, there were crypto platforms who were raising money left, right and center, right? Like in tech and crypto startups, people are investing. So what do you think about that? Was that all a bubble, or is it, were those investors made an exit? Have they made an exit? What has happened?
I feel a lot of crypto platforms have even shut down.
Yeah. And
since the government has come into action from a year time, there's heavy taxes on that. So nobody wants to, be in the crypto market. So I invested in a company called One World Nation. They were primarily into crypto. Okay. But due to this taxation issue and all that, they've completely pivoted to a different aspect.
Okay.
So I feel it's still a very difficult zone to be in, and people are trading, people are making money. I'm not denying that. I don't know how many people have got exits in that, but yeah, I know CoinDCX gave some exits. I'm aware of that, but I don't know about other platforms like CoinSwitch and all that. But people are making money out of that, and people are trading. And currently, I'm sure you're aware that crypto is a bad field to be in even now and they are saying, crypto could be the next currency as such. But it's just wait and watch, and since the dollar is going down every now and then, I would say that it might happen. But then I think India is also coming up with its own currency. Something like crypto, which will be legalized. It will be a legalized tender. I think we'll have to wait and watch for that. And a lot of banks are also launching their own currency. Like ICICI also has some token or something. That's what I was hearing about.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that we are getting there. I would say it's like internet in 70s or 80s. Something like that. Yeah.
Did you ever plan to invest in crypto?
I have invested in crypto.
Okay.
Yeah, I have invested in crypto.
And how's it for you, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's an all-time low now.
Okay.
Yeah, since the regime changed in the US, so it's in an all-time low.
Okay.
Traders, I'm sure, are definitely making money.
Yeah.
But then for other people, I think it's a difficult space.
So, Yash, I read that you scaled RINL to a significant valuation. So, what do you think were the challenges when you enter a business that is already running and already operational, and how do you bring on new things in the business?
See, what happened is we were running a different steel plant previously.
Okay.
But then that steel plant had its own challenges in terms of backward and forward integration. Our economies of scale were not meeting. And it was becoming a very, a credit line kind of an industry whereby, you had to buy in advance by, spending money and then give it in credit to builders. So we were having a lot of troubles with banks. So what I realized was over the years is that because since I have run something like that I can easily smell the fragileness of a P&L, how it is, if the weak margins, or it can be doctored CACs or something like that. So I could understand that. So, and because of my experience, I understood that going ahead, if I have to be in the steel industry, I have to be in an asset light model, whereby the brand continues. We have registered brand across India and in SAARC countries as well, some of them. So what we do is we get the material manufactured in different places, and then we help in sales or setting up distribution or dealer channels. By that way, what we are doing is we don't have an extremely asset heavy model whereby there is no capital expenditure involved, A, and B, we don't have to give too huge credits to the customers, because we are helping them in branding, and we are promoting the brand. So it's our brand. So in that ways, we are getting our royalty and we are getting our margins in that. Otherwise, if not for my experience, I would have set up a new shop or something. Put in my money, taken loan from banks or institution or equity, and then we never know what will the future be at, because steel is a very cyclic industry. You might earn for 1 year and then you might bear losses for 3-4 years, but that 1 year of profit actually covers 7-8 years of losses. So it's very cyclic. See, I'm not talking about big players, who have multi-giant conglomerates who have 5 or 10 million ton steel plants. See, they will survive as it is, whereas there is no problem. I'm talking about standalone plants or secondary plants. That's where the difficulty is. I was recently in IIM Ahmedabad, and there was a case study of steel only, whereby, the second or third generation entrepreneur came inside business, and because of the power heavy industry, they were confused whether, whether to go for a backward integration or to go for a forward integration, whether to take a loan, whether they can repay the amount, whether the numbers will match. So there was a whole case study on that. So I feel it's a very, very, very cyclic industry, and then only the fittest survive in that. So that's why we chose to have an asset light model, whereby we don't spend on the capital expenditure.
And that was your decision, like you?
Yeah, completely. Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And how do you take these risks? Because as a person who's entering the business, and it has been running successfully for so long, and when you enter and your one decision or one call might end up hurting the business more. So how do you make such decisions?
Grit, I would say. Nothing else, Just have to trust your gut and then just move forward. And then obviously experience definitely helps, in the longer run, that, I didn't make a decision immediately. I've suffered, I've seen the money getting burned, I've seen the bleeding happen. And it's only then when I realized, it's not that it was taken in a day and then, it was a moonshot idea and then see, I'm doing wonders. It was not that. It was over the years that I've learned, and the market teaches. I think time also plays a very important role. It teaches you everything.
I'm sure in this journey that you have had, you have also faced a few failures, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about those, and how do they shape you as a person now? And how does it feel when you look back at them, when you're, let's say, alone in your room and you're thinking about that? How does it feel?
I think I should have taken, much faster decisions, I feel, wasted too much time delaying decisions, and then, I should have, trusted my instinct much more and taken much more faster decisions, because I feel in India, shift happens weekly. If you might see, aaj ek tyohar hai, so something big is happening. Next week something else is there, and the fast movers are the one who actually catch up, and the slow movers just become case study. I just told you about it. Yeah.
And how is India an interesting market for you? Do you feel इतने businesses आने के बाद भी हर category में we see, किसी category की बात कर लो अभी D2C में, तो everyone is like, यार इसमें बहुत competition. Do you still feel India as a market has so much potential again?
Absolutely. I think India is the next big thing, and we have the highest population. I think the demographic dividend is such high in the country. I think it's about time we actually capitalize on that. And it's huge. I feel we still haven't even touched 10% of it. I think it's huge. If you see tier 2, tier 3 cities, I think that's where the actual cream lies. Tier 1 is only polishness. Tier 2, tier 3 is so practical, and they are so, on the hook. There's so much potential in the country, I feel, which is still untapped.
And how much does operational fatigue kill a business? Even the ones that are flourishing right now?
I feel operational fatigue completely kills the business more than even competition. Yeah. The founder dies, but the idea survives. But the thing is that people don't, because people are actually scaling discounts and not profits.
Okay.
I think that is the biggest misconception which a founder also has, is that if his numbers are good, if he's making revenue, he's actually doing well. I think that's again a big misconception which Indian founders have.
Okay. So they look at the revenue number and not the profits that
Yeah.
there
And being an Bania, I would say the bottom line matters more than the yeah.
Okay. And what interesting areas can, let's say, someone venture into right now, which would be booming in next 5 to 7 years in
As
India?
a founder?
Yeah, as a founder, if someone wants to open a business.
I think spirituality is very booming.
Okay.
And Indian wellness and space tech.
Okay.
Agri-Tech has a lot of potential if you have the right intellectual in doing business in the agri field. And I think even healthcare. I think there are a lot of policies which the government have. I know a couple of companies which were about to become bankrupt, and they were actually bailed out by the government indirectly by having good policies.
Okay.
Yeah. I think even AI is coming up very well.
Yeah.
Even the infrastructure is booming big time in India.
Yeah. And I think we spoke about it, but are we, if we dive deep into it, are we over-indexing B2C where, most opportunities lies in B2B?
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned previously as well. I think B2B is underrated, and tremendously, there's tremendous scope and money which lies in B2B. And B2B is the one which is actually burning money, I think, all the time.
Okay. And let's say, let's talk about a person who's just right off college, wants to start a business. How can they enter? B2C they can enter. They can, get a manufacturer. Let's say if they're, I'll say the most common business, t-shirt business, right? They can get a manufacturer, they can source the product, they can sell it out, right? Yeah. If they want to enter a B2B business, how do they do that?
I think, like you say, college plays a very important role in that. Connections plays a very important role in that, because he needs to have the right knowledge of the right people over there. Like B2B ke andar mein you need to source your vendors. Yeah. Suppose if he has to make t-shirts, like you say, yarn ho gaya, cotton, and the elastics, there's so many factors. I think connections is very important. I think that's where, an incubator will play a very good role. And that's where even investors will play a very important role. And because I feel you have to just help founders grow without expecting much.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel word travels faster.
Okay.
So eventually it's a win-win for both.
So you talked about spirituality, and I've just written it here. So do you think making a business in spirituality is ethically right? I think you knew this was coming.
Yeah, of course I knew this was coming. The moment I mentioned spirituality, I thought I should reveal it myself, but then, yeah. See, when you're into business, now you need to keep ethics aside. Okay. And you need to do clean business. That is what is important. What might be ethical for me, but might not be ethical for you. Okay. So we cannot decide on that. I think a customer or a consumer is the biggest judge for that, to decide whether we are doing ethical business or not. But if you're doing ethical business, I think the business will grow. Okay. There's no doubt about it. And there are a lot of companies in India which are not even known to people, which are making crores worth business every month in spirituality itself. Okay. And it's still unknown, and people are not aware of it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep the business aside. What is your understanding of spirituality?
In India, spirituality, I think in Indian the consumer, they take, I would say, emotional decisions with spiritual logic. And it's a very, unstructured, industry. Okay. And we are building something in a very structured way in a same unstructured industry. Okay. And our logic is the Asian wisdom with the modern algorithm. Okay. To come up with something which can help and make everybody's life very simple. Okay. Yeah.
So I was more talking about your understanding of spirituality. What do you think spirituality is? As a business, let's just keep it away. Let's not venture into कि कितना पैसा बनेगा क्या बनेगा. What do you think spirituality actually is?
Spirituality can be your own belief system. Spirituality need not be that you are very religious towards God, but then your faith.
I think that is what people confuse, right? Spirituality and religion.
Yeah. I think religion is, that you go to the temple, you worship a deity.
Yeah.
But spirituality is, I'm sure, a lot. It's very famous in social media nowadays. The affirmations, or you manifest something. That's where spirituality lies.
Okay.
And it's very trending also. The Lionsgate portal, or the 1111 portal, or
What
the
is
88 portal. I don't know. I keep coming across these things whereby there's a Lionsgate portal which opens in the month of August, and there's a 1111 portal which was just recently 11th of November, 11 being the date, 11 being the month of November, and at 11:11 a.m. or p.m. you make a wish, write on a piece of paper, and then keep it somewhere in your dark room. And then when you're writing the wish, you actually see that the wish is happening. So some people say that you need to burn that paper. Some people say you have to keep that paper and not read it again, and keep it in a place where you can't, or you don't come across it in your daily life. Somebody said that you need to bury it under the earth so that you get the earthly energies out of it. So everybody has their own belief.
So that is like the process of attachment, detachment that they explain, right?
Yeah, it's more of affirmation. So that's what is spirituality. You actually believe in that.
Okay.
So I am religious and spiritual both.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the temple every day and I believe in all these things.
Okay.
I feel is that, a lot of things don't happen because we overthink.
Okay.
And if you see a lot of people, they might not go to temple or whatever their belief system is. I'm no one to comment. So they might not go to their place where they believe or worship, but they see a lot of things happening in a faster manner, in a positive way. Do you actually feel that, corporates or CEOs have the time to go to temple every day? They are struggling with time, they are working this thing, and there are a lot of stories whereby corporates have had severe health disorders because of excessive working or exhaustion or fatigue.
Yeah.
So, but they're very positive in life.
Okay.
I think when you're positive in life, everything compounds.
Okay. And do you think manifestation also works?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Have you experienced it yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have thought about something and eventually you have seen that happening.
Yes. It is happening while we're talking as well.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that is because we are aligning our thoughts and our mindset towards doing a certain task?
Absolutely.
And that is why it is happening?
Absolutely, because your subconscious mind has the ability to do anything and everything in this world. That's how a human mind or a human brain has been developed. So if you think something happening, that will actually happen. I completely believe in that. I'm giving a full disclosure that it is absolutely true. That you need to trust it and then it will happen. If you don't trust it, it will not happen. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. So, okay, coming back to the business, I think I like this topic very much, spirituality and, understanding human
I like
psychology.
it myself. I like it myself.
So just coming back to the business, give me 3 traits that you feel that ये अगर entrepreneur में है and if he's pitching to me, I'll say yes, no matter कि मेरे को idea में थोड़ा conviction लग रहा है और मुझे ये पता है कि यार इसमें ये 3 traits हैं तो he'll do it. He'll make it in the business.
Should I give 3 or 1?
Maybe give it 1.
I think self-awareness.
Okay.
I think if you have self-awareness, that is the backbone of any founder.
Okay.
Self-awareness, you might say inner awareness, same thing, more or less, yeah. Because I think if self-awareness is not there, that destroys your confidence as well.
Okay. And how can people become more self-aware?
If they have conviction in what they are doing. Like I have invested in sectors where I don't have idea in.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's not practically possible that I understand each and everything. I'm not being humble about it, but it's a fact. I invested in sectors where I'm not aware of it. But I feel if the founder has or is able to teach me about that sector in 10 minutes, then I think he's got his business right. If he can teach me, he can teach his customers as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So self-awareness is very important as to what you are doing, what you are planning. I'm not saying these are the things to do, but I feel that's very important.
Okay.
And I have always, I've over compounded on founder always.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always believed in that. I've always fallen for the founder, and that's where my belief still lies.
Okay.
Because numbers anybody can make, when you invest first as an angel, you come in a very early stage.
Yeah.
So you are actually invest in hypothetical numbers, not the real numbers.
Yeah.
So I feel it's the founder which actually plays the real game.
Okay.
If the founder is right, everything falls in place.
Very interesting. And do angel investors make money?
Yeah, they do make money. I've made myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you invested in TrulyMadly, which is a dating app, and in India, there's already so much stigma around dating apps, right? Maybe the new age people are, taking it up and they're using it. How does it feel as an investor to invest in a company? And you might have invested back then, right? Not
2020.
2020.
During COVID.
During COVID. Yeah. So why would you do that?
See, I feel the world overall, the basic idea how this dating app started, I don't know if you know the entire story. The founder of Bumble was once an employee of Tinder.
Okay.
And because she was thrown out, she had this thing and then she started Bumble. Kudos to her, because Bumble is a woman first app.
Yeah.
Woman needs to make the move first. Even if you like somebody, swipe somebody in a layman language, unless and until the woman accepts or again swipes with your picture or you match, you cannot text somebody.
Yes.
None of the apps have that feature. You can directly, woman has to make the first move in Bumble. Okay. That is because it was started by a female founder.
Yeah.
And the whole origin of why this app started globally, I'll come to India as well, which you mentioned, is because people are very lonely.
Okay.
People are lonely. Okay. And people feel that vacuum in their lives. And you can't live with that vacuum all day. Yeah. People tend to ignore it. People tend to declassify it. But then it's a fact. India, it's still a taboo.
Okay.
Dating. I'm sure, living has become more practical nowadays. And whether it's right or wrong, I'm no one to decide that. The courts will decide that whether it's right or wrong. Yeah. But the dating is still a taboo. But my idea of investing in TrulyMadly was that it is very India-centric, started by an Indian founder.
Okay.
With aspiration of going global. And when you invest in an industry which is new to the country, which is still a taboo, and it's not illegal, it's considered taboo by people. Yeah. I feel the outliers are very high in that, and the profit is very high in that.
Okay.
Since the time I've invested in the company has grown multifold. Okay. They've got a lot of brand ambassadors as well, who are working with them, and they were rated last week only in the top 5 in an app store in terms of downloads and most searchable platforms. Yeah. Yeah.
And was there some specific, maybe, let's say, a conviction or a trait or a feature that you were sold on? Because Bumble exists in India, Hinge exists in India, TrulyMadly exists. I think there's IL also, to name a few.
Yes.
But why would you choose TrulyMadly and why not some other app?
Founder.
Okay.
I'm a person who goes with the founder. As I said, I'm sold for the founder completely. Okay. If the founder is right, you won't imagine, I was speaking to the founder during COVID, coronavirus, and I spoke to him for 1.5, 2 hours. I think we were doing a Google Meet or something like that, and it almost touched night 11 o'clock. And I wanted to stop because I was feeling sleepy. He didn't want to stop. He wanted to continue and explain more about him, what he's building, what his idea is and everything. I think that was the point I was completely sold on.
Okay.
Imagine a founder who is at night 11 o'clock, who's still so much obsessed. And I think that is the trait with successful founders which I actually look upon. They try to solve things with the most irrational obsession. And he was in fact unhappy. Snehil, I know him. He even tells me that he was unhappy when the first time I actually wanted to hang up, because it was night 11 p.m. and I still wanted to talk about the idea. Yeah. But I was completely sold on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you talked about loneliness in India.
Yeah.
Do you think there's also, apart from dating apps cater to that space of loneliness, do you think there's also another concept that can come up that can cater to loneliness? So for example, let's say we have seen Huddle in the past. There's an app called Huddle that lets you book courts and you can go and play there. Do you think there's something that can be done around mental health that can, maybe take this, maybe address to this loneliness.
Absolutely. I think the answer for loneliness is only to solve your mental health. There is no other answer for that.
Yeah.
And which is still not talked about in the country, unfortunately. A lot of celebrities have, vocally spoken about it, that they have undergone mental health issues, and it's absolutely normal. In India, we as parents, generally they think that ki mental wellness kuch nahi hai.
सुबह
उठा सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Yeah, like I it makes me realize for my mom, the only answer for everything in the world is get up early in the morning. Yeah, she feels everything is solved by getting up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Any
random problem can be
any
solved.
random problem, any difficulty, any crisis, your health issues, everything is solvable by getting up in the morning.
Okay.
See, it's not fair to blame her also.
Yeah.
I feel they came with that mindset, or they were brought up with that mindset.
Yeah.
So if you see now, I'm sure when they were coming up in life, they were not aware ki call center kuch concept aayega where people are working throughout the night.
Yeah.
They were not aware of such things like that.
Yeah.
So you are actually, that's how our chakras are made.
Yeah.
There's a time, there's a place to sleep, there's a time to sleep, there's a time, I'm sure you know that, if you need to sleep in the right time for having your growth recovery, or if you work out, you need to have so many hours and the right time. And even for your hair hormones, you need to sleep by 11 o'clock to help that grow. So people were not aware of all these things, and I think slowly people are getting over there. People are getting into nutritious eating, healthy habits and all. So I feel like there's a sitar artist called Rishabh Rikiram who's very viral.
Mental health for
he
awareness.
does a sitar concert for mental health. I've been to his concerts live, and I think it's fantastic. He is actually blended religious spirituality with mental wellness.
Yeah.
And I think that's fabulous, and it's getting sold out all over the world. So it's not just India. There's loneliness and there's mental health issues all over the world.
Yeah.
Calm and Headspace are more than unicorns now, because they have tapped into that.
Yeah. So do you think that space is still existing and people can, make businesses around that?
Yeah,
That is a big
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Sadhguru is doing something very fantastic.
Yeah.
Though there's no commercial interest, I feel, which is involved to him.
Okay.
His only interest is well-being of people, overall well-being, and he's trying to get people into meditation, which is very important.
Yeah.
And also into inner engineering primarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel if you are calm, you can do wonders in life.
Yeah. And I think, as you talked about our parents, right? I think for them, mental health was also a taboo, right?
Absolutely.
कि वो तो
Still
पागलपन
is.
है, या
Still is.
वो तो पागलपन है. If you're doing ऐसे पागल हो गए हो तुम. तो in this space and age, when you see brands coming up, do you still hold those biases with you, or you are mostly sold on कि यार ये founder क्या करेगा?
No, it's also important what he is building,
Okay.
Yeah, the founder is definitely important, because the founder who's driving the entire product, whatever he's building in, irrespective. But it's very important what he is building it. If it's building in a market which is very exhaustive, then how will he survive?
Okay. Which portfolio founder has surprised you the most?
I think Seco.ai. I invested in this company again in 2021 end. Late 2021. The company was almost into bankruptcy last year, and from that they've made a company worth 600 crores just by pivoting to different. They are doing some video shots of educational things and all.
Okay.
And I think very surprising. I had written off the investment in my books, and then it just sprung out of nowhere.
Very interesting. What do you think they did right up from that point?
Just hustle.
And
they didn't give up. Investors gave up on them.
Okay.
But they didn't give up on themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
And
interesting.
they didn't have any, fancy faces, nothing at all. And fantastic, I think. They just raised a round couple of months back of $25 million also. Yes.
Okay. When you look at angel investing, what is your personal risk philosophy?
High risk is in startups.
Yeah.
And safe bets in family businesses.
Okay. You invest in family businesses also?
Yeah, as in when I mean family businesses, like I'm saying that shares ho gaya, yeah, XYZ, safe business or real estate.
Okay.
In my personal capacity, safe bets over there and high risk. Obviously, angel investing comes with high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a balance of both.
Okay.
I might have 40, investments.
Yeah.
I have made exits also that some have closed down fighting. So even if 5 work, I think I made a fortune out of it.
Okay. So if we want to put it very basically for a viewer to understand, so that would be that you invest in multiple companies, you make a basket, and then out of those, some eggs would be, the fresh eggs, and some would die.
Absolutely, yeah. And everybody dies fighting.
Okay.
Nobody just gives up like that. I'll put it on record that everybody dies fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, and they fight at the last moment because they've also put in their time. I think time is money more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And if someone is if someone is looking to start angel investing, how can they do that? What would be the steps that you would advise a person to, who's looking into starting angel investment?
I think very important to gauge or measure your disposable income.
Okay.
And invest only that money which you are pretty sure you will not need for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Minimum. Because even if you invest in the securities or something like mutual funds, you might unlock, or with a fee you might exit.
Yeah.
If you sell and invest in stock market with a loss, you might exit. But with angel investing, there is no exit. Exit will only happen when there is a further up round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very important that they invest the money which they are completely sure that they will not require for the next 5 years, and only then invest in.
And what is some common mistakes that you see new people who are into angel investing make?
They fall in love with decks more than the founders. Okay. Yeah, fancy decks, fancy slides, could be Canva or something else. Yeah, more than the founders, they fall in love with the decks. Yeah.
Okay, so you made it a thing that you would only fall in love with founders, not just decks.
Yeah, not only founders, but founders primarily being the main. Yeah.
Okay, and how does this happen? So you invest in a company, then that company fights, makes money, then they do another round, and then you kind of an exit.
Yeah,
They get an exit.
Basically, it's when the VCs come in, and then the angels exit because they don't want to. They want the cap table to be the capital table.
Yeah.
The investors to be completely clean. Because angel have a particular size of investment, depending on each angel how they want to invest and what their risk appetite is. But when VCs come in, they already have some traction. They are making some numbers. People know of the brand. They have a TAM. They have the daily users, monthly users. So that's when a VC will come in. It could be an early VC. It could be a late stage VC, and that's when the angels exit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you are also building something into Vastu astrology space, right?
Astrology, basically.
Astrology space, yeah. So, what convinced you to do that?
I think it's my personal pain point.
Okay.
Why I'm doing this, because over the web, Siddhant, there are a lot of chaos. I think if you Google about something, there's a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Like, Diwali, for example, we just went. There were 2 days of Diwali. It's very chaotic.
Yeah.
Even last year, there were 2 days of Diwali. Some celebrating. 2-3 years back, there were 3-4 days of Holi.
Yeah.
And people don't understand actually what is right, what is wrong. People are blindly following reels, on Instagram or other social medias. Yeah. I'm not saying whether they are right or wrong. I'm no one to comment on that. But what I feel is that there's lack of clarity. There's too much information on the web. Yeah. And for a layman to absorb that becomes very difficult. A lot of people will not know what their star sign is, sun sign is, what is their moon sign is. So they'll know the zodiac sign, which is the English terminology. Yeah. But in Hindi or in the astrology, there is something called as, the sun sign, moon sign.
Okay.
So I might be a sun sign Virgo, but my moon sign is Scorpio.
Okay.
So, and then it depends as to which date you are born. I'm born on 2nd, so I'm governed by the moon. Okay. So, different people who are born on 1, 10 or 28, they are governed by sun.
Okay.
And people who are born on 7, people who are born on 25th or 16th, they are governed by Ketu. Okay. Or people who are born on 9, this is the year of Mercury. There's a lot of factors involved in that.
Okay.
And my idea basically of building this app was that, I might find my way out. I know ChatGPT, I might know other platform, Perplexity or something like that sort. But my parents are still tech savvy. are not that tech savvy, are not that tech savvy. For them, it becomes very difficult what to follow, how to follow. For them, even searching for a deal, I'm sure a lot of parents have these difficulties. My parents definitely have. They are coming of age, they are learning with time, So I feel with this app, they'll have the right answers and they don't have to go and search in Google or, we ask Meta or something like that. The app will have the right answers for what has to be done. And we also are catering to loneliness and catering to mental health also, which is extremely important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think astrology works? That's a very basic question. Do you think astrology works?
Siddhant, if you believe in anything, then anything works.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't believe in anything, nothing works.
Okay. And so, why do you think you want to blend astrology and mental health? Is there do you find a bridge between them?
Yes, there is a close connection with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that?
See, what happens is, with astrology or spirituality, the basic idea of human beings is that to know oneself.
Okay.
We finish our lifetimes and we don't understand who we are, how we behave in situations. So our basic idea is that when we know who we are as a person, which is very difficult, so there are certain, and that will only happen with a lot of meditation, inner awareness, inner engineering, with which Sadhguruji is doing. So that is very important. So what happens is that there's something called a Rahu Kal. You might have heard कि a lot of parents say कि अभी Rahu Kal है, इस समय ये पूजा नहीं करना चाहिए, या अभी खराब नक्षत्र है, ये पूजा नहीं करना चाहिए. So that ways I feel like I'm moon born. My energies are extremely high on the days of full moon. Extremely high.
Okay.
And extremely high on the days of no moon as well. It could be vice versa.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel meditation completely calms me down, centers me, makes me surrender. Yeah. And I feel that's where I connect to my deity more. Whoever deity I follow, I worship. I think inner engineering or your meditation say you can connect to your deity. Okay. And deity also requires the followers. Yeah. Followers also require the deity. Yeah. So it's not कि मुझे मेरा काम करा दो. That is one thing कि आपको मैं ये चढ़ा दूंगा. That barter system is one thing. I'm sure everybody does that. Yeah. I've also done in the past. Yeah. But then God doesn't want all these things. Yeah. Imagine you are saying to Lord Vishnu कि मेरा एक काम करा दो, आपको 150 चढ़ाऊंगा. His wife is like, are you thinking my husband is what or something? So this is something which I heard from my Guruji, Premanandji Maharaj. He stays in Vrindavan. So I'm a firm believer of him. Okay. And I really like what he says. So he also said the same thing. ये क्या है भगवान से transaction? That day when I realized what is this transaction, there is no more transactions. When I want something and I actually say God कि you only have to do it. Who will do it? If not you, who will do it? Okay. And instead of cribbing or overthinking of something, I feel it's better to talk to your deity. Okay. Yeah. See within yourself. Okay. I feel that's where the connect happens. Okay. So mental wellness is meditation. Yeah. One part is meditation. Yeah. So if you do meditation, you connect with your deity. So then spirituality, religious things, everything will happen. It's all connected. It's like a loop. Okay.
So I know this woman. She's making. She's also starting a business. She is into tarot cards, right? Mm-hmm. So what she does is she doesn't show her face. She puts up reels on Instagram where she's opening a tarot card and she's saying, okay, this is something that you need to do. And once people reach out to her that, okay, I need a personal consultation, then she's a therapist. So she applies the CBT and checks if the person is actually depressed or, finding a solution in astrology or Vastu space. And then she directs them to her app, which is a mental health awareness app. So I found it very interesting to, capture people using something that they believe in and then break the stigma around something that they actually need.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And even Karan Johar told him in his talk show that, in spite of, accomplished so much in life, famed producer, director, and now he has kids as well, he doesn't have a partner. So he feels that vacuum every moment. I think he mentioned it, on celluloid, on national television that, that loneliness is such a big factor. So I feel if such an app is there, which you mentioned this, I think that's brilliant because in a way you're getting to the bottom of the root cause of it. what the reason why the reach out is there.
Okay. And when are you planning to launch this, the space that you're building?
Hopefully a soft launch will happen by end of December or early Jan. Yeah.
What is it called?
I would not like to reveal the name.
Okay.
So we are getting IP protected.
Okay.
So once that is done, so I will reveal the name during the soft launch.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, if I have to pitch something to you right now in 3 minutes, what would you expect from me? If a founder has 3 minutes to pitch something to you, what would you expect from them?
Problem.
Okay.
Insights. Why you? Traction. How much you're asking?
Okay. That is really important. How much you're asking?
Very important, no? How much you're asking? What will be my rights over the company?
Yeah.
As simple as that. The problem is very important.
Okay.
Yeah. And we plan to start a fund also.
Yeah.
Going ahead. In that also our approach is founder first and sector agnostic, no sector specific as such. And I am completely in love with this country, मेरा भारत महान. कोई मुझे बोलता है ना कि अगर बाहर जाओ, travel international or India, I would to choose India over international any day. Completely. So we would want to fund companies which are made in India, for India, solving Indian problems, but which have the scale to grow globally.
Okay. When you say that you would not want to go out and stay in India, don't problems like air pollution or traffic or just in general not well planned cities,
infrastructure, you mean to say? Yeah, it's not well planned.
Yeah. So do you think
a single downpour pours the entire city?
Yeah. So do you think these things would affect your decision? Or
No,
would
not at all. Not at all. I feel every city, every country has its own problems, and if everybody starts thinking that कि ये सब ठीक ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो I feel that everybody will settle abroad, and then we will not have. I think that's where the idea should be. I think every startup starts with a idea and a personal pain point. Tomorrow, if I feel that a single downpour floods any XYZ city, don't you think I should be able to solve that problem or come up with an idea?
Definitely.
I think that's where a founder will play a major role, because that's how he's trying to solve his personal pain point. You can't run away from your problems. You have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Everybody has problems on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And we deal with our problems.
Yeah. Do you think this generation has become weaker and they try to run from their problems?
I would say both of it.
Okay.
They've become weaker, and some are so strong that they want to fight over it and get over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is something that you feel is very interesting about this upcoming generation who are building businesses, who are pitching to you? What is something that you find कि this is something ये कर जाएगा कुछ, या फिर this trait is something that they have across?
I recently came across somebody who is 10-year-old who is into coding and all, who's making apps.
Amazing.
Can you imagine that? At 10-year-old, we were not aware of all these things.
Yeah.
So I feel, if I may use the word Hindi, jazba बहुत है with the younger generation to do things in life, to accomplish in life, and somehow this generation is becoming independent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying from the traditional families, like who are self-made or who want to start something on their own. They have the zeal to start up something on their own.
Okay.
I think overall ये generation में काफी है, and maximum population in India is less than 30.
Yeah.
I think overall ये काफी है.
Okay.
अब Siddhant, you won't imagine कि tier 1 cities, especially in India, are the population is very scrappy.
Okay.
Tier 2 is very practicality. आज tier 2 के अंदर में Instagram, if I may take the example, they have the pages and they have organic followers which are worth millions.
Yeah.
I'm sure those pages you might have never heard of them also. They are, and each person is, somebody was telling me the other day that there's some guy जिसके घर में रात को ही बिजली रहती है. So he charges his phone in the night time, and he does all the posting, and he has 3-4 pages, and the following is worth millions. And he is not even that educated. I don't feel आज के ज़माने में education is that important. और अगर आप में वो हसल और जील करने की है, लाइक आई सेड, आई डोंट वांट टू कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट माय स्टेटमेंट्स की इफ यू आर फ्रॉम IIT IIM, इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प, आई एम नॉट गोइंग बैक ऑन दैट स्टेटमेंट, बट आई फील मोर देन education is definitely non-negotiable, there's no doubt about it, but that hustle, I'm sure you also know school and college dropouts who are zillionaires and billionaires, and they are people who studied from Harvard and Cambridge who are doing okay, not that bad, but they are not reached to that position. So education is important, but that inner jazba hai, that inner what do you call motivation is there, that is very important to do things in life. And in this generation I feel that younger generation has that कि हम कर लेंगे, हम करेंगे, हम सब कुछ कर सकते हैं. What the bad part is, सिर्फ हम कर सकते हैं.
वो मैं आ गया वहाँ
हाँ, सिर्फ हम कर सकते हैं. दैट्स वेयर वो काफी थिन लाइन होती है, कॉन्फिडेंस और ईगो के बीच में. कॉन्फिडेंस इज हम कर सकते हैं, ईगो इज सिर्फ हम कर सकते हैं. दैट इज वेयर द डिफिकल्टी लाइज.
Okay. And how do you see competition? Do you see it as competition or collaboration? How do you look at if a person is starting a business in the same domain maybe? Do you think it as a competition or a collaboration?
It's how you perceive things. If you see from a competition point of view, it can be a competition. You might pull up your socks, you might do better. If you see collaboration also can happen. There are both things to it. It's how you look at it.
Okay, very interesting. And let's take out the angel investor mask. Let's put on a founder's mask right now. Okay? If you are building this company, right? So would you want to raise money first, or you want to keep it bootstrapped till the time you can stretch it?
See, I've always believed, कि equity is a very expensive form of raising money. I feel till you have repeatability, you should continue doing bootstrap.
Okay.
Continue being bootstrap rather. I feel raising money should only be required if you want to accelerate, not to survive.
Okay.
You can't raise money just to increase your capex so that you set off your losses.
Yeah.
You need to raise money only if you want to accelerate. A lot of companies in the funding winter raised money, or they wanted to raise money because they knew funding winter was there. We wouldn't be able to raise money because आगे पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. That's a very bad way of raising money. Raise money only when you require it.
Okay.
And when you accelerate for growth. You don't have to raise money to survive. Okay. I think that's when the startup is going down.
Okay. Yes. So my next question would be, what is that one mistake that kills early stage startups? Yeah. Okay. So raising money first for their losses.
Yes.
That can.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Does that tie up to getting a product that is market fit? Because you have to find a market fit to raise money, right? And to generate profits.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So do you think that is very important, getting a product market fit first and then venturing into all of this investor talks?
See, I feel without PMF, what will you have in your deck only?
Yeah.
If you don't have your PMF, the market fit ready, how will the investor believe in you, or what will you understand? What will you show him?
Yeah. But what if a founder has grit? Would you invest in someone who has grit? Who's saying I can do this and has not shown any results as of now?
Yes, I will. But it depends on what he is doing also.
Okay.
There has to be something. Like just say कि कि मैं एक founder हूँ, कि I can I can get the moon to you. Will you invest in me? There has to be some logic behind it as well, And there are certain qualities. It's like when you're choosing a life partner, you don't choose it because she'll say that I am your best life partner. Choose me.
Yeah.
While talking, while communication, I think that's where knowledge lies, and that's where your understanding lies. You have to, basically read less, observe more. And that's वो वो कहानी में बीच में छुपा रहता है उसका आंसर क्या है क्या नहीं है. I think with more than PDFs, knowledge is gained from more conversations.
Yeah, I highly feel conversations are very underrated in India as of now. I feel that there should be more smart, more better conversations, and that is the idea that I'm also trying to learn. Okay, so you have built businesses, you have invested, and you have also competed in national sports.
Yes.
What is that discipline drives you, and what was the sport that you competed in?
I played lawn tennis.
Okay.
Represented my school in the state level and national level. Back then, I still play lawn tennis some days.
Okay.
Yes. I feel showing up every day is very important. That consistency is very important. Okay. And I can relate that to the current life as well. If you're married or if you're in a relationship, showing up every day is very important. It is only then will a relationship or a marriage succeed. You have to show up every day, be it sport, be it your work, be it your relationship. Showing up every day, I think that is the X factor, and that is which will set you apart.
Okay. So you have said consistency. My next question would be, let's say, give me, I'd put a number 3, but you can give me more or less if you want. So give me 3 things that if I take out of you, that would not be Yash. You'd say these qualities, if these qualities are not in me, then this is not Yash, this is someone else. What would those qualities be
As
that
in,
you have?
this is, you're saying generic.
Yeah, just in general, just in life, if you feel there are 3 core principles that I follow, whether it's an investor, whether it's a founder, whatever hat I'm wearing right now. So if these 3 qualities are not there, then this is not Yash.
I would say emotion,
Okay.
humility,
Okay.
and most importantly, hustling,
Okay.
or hustle, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of my friends have told me, I've been through the ups and downs, I had an industry, a flourishing industry. A lot of friends told me that, me in your place would have taken some money and moved to the Middle East or US and settled down over there. I'll not name the friends, but then I told them, choosing hard is difficult, and I chose hard. And you can't run away from your problems. I feel, you run away from your problems, it eventually haunts you. So, it's like your karma. Everybody has to, what do you call, सबका हिसाब यही होना है before the last breath.
Yeah.
There is no कि है ना ये जन्म का आपको अगले जन्म वो तो होता ही है, पर ये जन्म का ये जन्म में ही आपका हिसाब होता है. So if you try to run away from your responsibilities or what you have in life, I feel, nobody will trust you.
Yeah. You talked about being emotional. Does that, how do you perceive emotion? Do you feel that can, make you weaker when you are in front, when you're, handling a business or maybe doing a certain task? Or do you think that makes you more stronger being emotional?
Both, I would say.
Okay.
So being emotional has made me weaker also while handling tasks. So we had a family business, so obviously with my father, I've had difficult situations, unpleasant situations as well, which is very normal for a father and son. So that has made me weaker. But I feel I have now capitalized it thanks to, my self-awareness and thanks to spirituality and religiousness, and made it my strength.
Okay.
I know what my boundaries are.
Okay.
I know, where to, basically get my source of joy.
Okay.
I know where to source my freedom. Pehle, my only driving factor was money.
Okay.
Now my driving factor is freedom. Freedom to invest, freedom to travel, freedom to, build something. I think that's very important.
Okay. And do you think that, I'm getting this sense that how to channelize your energy? Maybe.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So do you think that is very important for a person to build something meaningful, or, to just succeed in life in general?
To even lead a life, I would say that's important.
Yeah.
Forget about succeed or build something. To live a life, to channelize your energies. Like, I would say for a founder also, it's very important that he gets an investor who becomes his weakness is strength.
Okay.
So you need to channelize and know your weakness and strengths. If I'm a founder, I would want an investor who basically, compensates for my weakness.
Yeah.
So I feel channelizing your energies and understanding yourself is the only way to lead life. Forget about building or succeeding in life. You won't be able to lead a life, only proper life, if you don't know your inner energies. Like I said, the whole idea of this life is to know how you are. Yeah. And you need to be remembered for good things in life, not bad things.
Okay. That is very interesting. And just one last thing before we, conclude. Do you believe in karmic balance? I think that is what you were mentioning, right? That
yes, absolutely.
इस जन्म का हिसाब तुम्हें इस जन्म में देना है.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Because, I've been through, like I said, I'm saying it again, that I've been through ups and downs in life. So I feel the most important is take responsibility for whatever you are, whoever you are, to yourself, and stop blaming others. When you stop blaming others, that's when the makeshift happens.
Okay.
There are a lot of things where I feel, I should get involved in, addicted to, be it right or wrong. It could be right for somebody, wrong to somebody. But I feel that, because of my karmas, so many ups and downs have happened. I feel that this life, at least I should balance my karmas so that, the balance of my life and the rest of my life actually, goes on well. I used to be very, short tempered as a person. But over the years, I've realized, in spite of being short tempered or taking a frustration out on something else, I actually chant my deity's name. I feel that will also kill my bad karmas and also show me the right path and give me the strength to succeed and to live a proper, healthy, fulfilling and a loving life.
Okay. So since you have had these experiences, do you regret any of those, or are you happy with the journey that you have had so far?
I only regret that a lot of time has gone by.
Okay.
Yeah. See, you can make money again, you can build relationships again, but time is something which is not in your control. Like I said, if you are under 25, if you take risks faster, you save a lot of time, and that time can be used on to build on something meaningful, be it business or personal life, however it is. I feel a lot of time is lost, and I think that is the only regret I have in my life. Yeah.
Okay. No, that is very powerful, because someone to accept the regrets that they have in life, I feel it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Because I feel a lot of people, hide from, they say that, okay, I have a very meaningful life. But, when you go back into that room, that is when you are true to yourself.
In fact, I'm Siddhant, I'm writing a book. I didn't mention to you, I'm writing a book whereby I'm actually putting down all my life's experiences.
Okay.
I'm not shallow about it, but it's just that I feel, if people read that book and if people understand and they can make better decisions, I feel this journey will become worthwhile.
Yeah. Okay, that is very interesting. So just 3 last things that you can give to a founder who's struggling right now, building a business, maybe looking for an investment, maybe looking to chase profits, maybe just trying out a new idea. What do you think 3 things that they should keep in mind if they are venturing out?
I think integrity is very important, which a founder should have. And they should have an understanding of what they are building. And third and most important thing is that, how do I put it across? I don't know if it would be right to say or not. Is that, take your team along.
Take your team along.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in, instead of heroism, they should have systems in place. When I mean team along is, to have the proper team, proper systems in place. I think that's where the success lies. Yeah. You doing everyday task will not give you and make you a, bigger company or something. You have to have the proper systems in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yash, for doing this. It was really insightful for me. There are these few conversations that make me, want to go back and, relook at my drawing board and,
deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive and just, as you were saying, inner engineer yourself and, make some shifts accordingly so that you can do better in life. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Thank you so much for watching this. If you are from Yash's network, consider subscribing. If you're from my network, you can reach out to Yash. The email is in the description box. Maybe if you're looking to raise a fund, they can help you out. And thank you so much. Subscribe to the Not Knowing Podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah. This one.